entire team at Balance Veterans for not only inviting me to participate in this beautiful initiative to support wellness amongst your community, but just for having the community in general. So Ron's a very dear friend of mine, and I'm honored to serve this organization and for all of the people that receive nourishment from his work. Truly, you are also my friend, and I'm just so grateful to be here. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information quickly, just a couple minutes. We're going to chat before we just jump right in. We'll consume together. So if you haven't already imbibed, then just hold out a few minutes. We'll do that together. We'll set an intention. If you've already consumed, that's okay too. You're welcome here. So cannabis meditation is my love child. I created this practice as a formal practice about 2 years ago, alone in my bedroom. Had been a long time weed smoker and a long time meditator. And decided one day to put those two things together. And what occurred for me in that moment was a deeply profound experience that has really changed the trajectory of my life. And so now the work that I do on my platform and with people in groups and in one-on-one is to show people how to use cannabis to connect to themselves, really. And that's the nature of the healing journey, the nature of living in your most freest state, all comes down to your ability to tap into your truest, most authentic truth and self that's within your being. And so this practice really holds the space for us to do that. So I tend to be a little bit esoteric and a little bit woo-woo sometimes. And I also like to be really practical and really approachable. And so for today's practice, I'm just going to kind of give you the tip of the iceberg. I just want you to have an experience with cannabis, maybe that you've never had before. I just want you to feel sensation in your body using cannabis and just using gentle guidance to explore maybe something that you haven't really explored before. And so you can't do it wrong. That's the beautiful part of this. And this practice can elicit a lot of different responses within your body, all of which are welcome, all of which are normal. And I have found that each meditation holds all of these experiences, sometimes in one of them. And so as we work through this practice today, and as you start to experience cannabis perhaps in a new way, I hope that you will be inspired or be encouraged to incorporate this particular way to work with cannabis into your tool belt, into your repertoire. So the same thing as a yoga practice or a healthy eating practice or a journaling practice or any other thing that you do for your wellness, cannabis meditation is its own separate modality that I hope that this experience tonight will encourage you to start using cannabis in this way as well. So I do weekly virtual cannabis meditations on my platform. If that's something that you want to dive in a little bit deeper with me, you're absolutely welcome to come join us over there. And like I said, today, my intention is really just to share with you the beauty of smoking a little bit of weed and just being really present with yourself. That's really all that we're here to do. So if the practice really resonates with you today, however, and you want to go deeper, I would love to either have more conversations or just invite you into experiencing more of my work and how I'm sharing this practice with other people. So a couple things that you need to be aware of. Like I said, we're going to talk for a few more minutes. We'll set an intention, which I'll walk you through everything. You don't have to remember any of this. I'm just going to kind of give you the framework so that you know where we're headed. We'll set some intentions for our practice tonight, and then we will consume together. I'm also going to be consuming with you. So as a part of my practice is that when I hold this type of container, I'm consuming with you, dropping in with you, and I'm meditating and guiding you simultaneously. So it's a very collective community experience. So even though we're all in our own personal spaces across the country, whoever and wherever we are around the world or just around the country, there's a connection here. And so when you start to work with cannabis in this way, when you start to approach this plant with its sacred power, because really it does have so much abundant potential to connect us, not only to ourselves, but to each other. And so as we're on this journey together today, just really tapping into and feeling this collective energy, this community energy, which is so necessary to remind us that we are not alone. You're not alone on this journey of healing. You're not alone on this journey of life. And we are all made to be in community and in relation with one another. And so this practice, by really teaching us how to go inward and tap into that inner self, it sets us up for such profound connections with others. And ultimately, when it comes to healing, we can't heal in a vacuum. We're not made to walk this path alone. And so much of us, at least in my personal experience working with mental health, my own struggles with debilitating depression and anxiety, and the journey that I've been on in healing those things, I have found that coming to containers like this one and showing up not only for yourself, but showing up inside of a community, this is truly the transformative work that us as a species need in this time in history. And so I'm deeply honored to be here and to share not only my most beautiful sacred practice with you, but I'm just so thankful for the work that Ron and all of the people at Balanced Veterans Network are doing in order to support you, your families, and all of the others that could benefit from this. So after we consume, I'm then just going to kind of invite you into feeling, and I will guide you by just asking very open-ended questions. And so however you want to engage with my questions is totally up to you. You can just kind of ponder them in your mind. You can ask them into the body. What do you feel? Or you might just allow me to guide you, and you just kind of let go, surrender. See if you can let your hands off the reins and just be guided through a journey. After a few moments of sitting up, I'll invite you to lay down and get more comfortable. And in that space, I'll take us through just a really simple guided body scan meditation where we're just going to feel the body. I'll cue you through each body part. I'll say something like, relax the forehead and the eyebrows, relax the eyelids and the eyeballs. And I'm just going to go down through the whole entire body. One of the things that's beneficial for me, especially with cannabis in my system, is I kind of bring somatic awareness to each body part as I'm cueing you through it. So for an example, when I'm talking about the forehead and the eyebrows, when I'm saying relax the forehead, I might do a little bit of this. Relax the eyebrows or the eyes, the cheeks, so just bringing this tiny bit of movement, micro movement, which will bring our awareness to that point on the body. And as you do that, you go down the face and neck, into the body, the arms, the hands. So that gentle bit of movement will allow that mind-body connection, which that's really what we're working on in this practice, is how do I create this beautiful relationship between my mind and my body so that I'm in tune with myself. After that body scan, I'll just kind of play around for a little bit. I might ask you some other questions. What do you feel? What are you not feeling? What are you afraid to feel? Do you feel any sensations? Because actually your body, maybe you know this and maybe you don't, but your body's a container for energy. So much like these little lights here that you can't really see because it's still daytime, I'm on the West Coast, but much like these lights are tingly, glittery, moving glimmers of light, energy or electricity is in your body all the time as well. Most of us are unaware of it because the mind has many, many, many more things to focus on. And so in this practice, what we're doing is we're watching or being present with all of these sensations, all these tingles or glitters or light or movement or pressure. Sometimes they might be pleasant, sometimes they're unpleasant, sometimes they're full on pleasurable and ecstasy. Sometimes they can be painful or emotional. And all of these sensations are good. It's good, right? We're introducing our body and our mind to a new way of communicating. So as it so turns out, this energy system is in your body all the time, but we're not aware of it. And so what cannabis does is it literally illuminates that energy, much like these lights on my wall behind me. It literally lights it up like Christmas lights and makes it so easy to pay attention to it. And so what we're doing when we consume cannabis is we're activating and illuminating this energy system that exists inside of our body. This is science. They measure it now. The yogis were saying it 9,000 years ago. And a lot of people were like, that's a bunch of hoo-hum, that's a bunch of yogi stuff, that's not even real. But now, as it turns out, they have like scientific tools that they can measure this energy system in your body. So science is catching up to what the yogis learned through meditation 9,000 years ago, which is pretty freaking rad. And so what we're going to do is just allow this energy to be illuminated so that we can see it, just as you can see these lights on my wall. And then we're just going to watch it, right? We're not going to try to change it. We're not going to judge ourselves for whatever we feel or don't feel. We're not going to be aggressive and think about all of the things of whether it's right or it's wrong, or I'm doing this right or I'm doing it wrong, or any of that stuff. We're just going to let all that go. And I imagine when I do cannabis meditation that I'm watching a light show. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas or you've ever seen, like, on the Vegas Strip outside of one of the big hotels, they have like that water show, and the water show's like timed with lights and music. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Have you heard of that? Yeah. Okay. So you sit there and you're just like, whoa, look at those water things shooting up into the air. That's so cool. And it's timed and it's different. It's moving and all that stuff. That's the same thing that's going to be happening inside your body. And so what we're here to do is just pay attention, just watch it. And we watch it, not with our eyeballs, but we watch it with the felt sense, the sensations that we feel inside of our body. So again, like I said, there's lots of different experiences that you might have in cannabis meditation, and all of them are good and normal. If at any point the experience feels slightly overwhelming, you just open your eyes and sit back up, take a couple of deep breaths, and you'll settle back down into your physical space. And then you can either complete the meditation sitting up if that feels better, or after a few breaths, you might feel comfortable to lay back down. So either way, however your experience happens, the practice here is allowance. We just allow, right? Without judgment, without needing to change anything. I just allow my experience to be exactly as it is. And in that process and in that space, you will come to gain deep insight, deep awareness, not only of yourself and your own state of being, your emotions, your mindset, all of these things, but perhaps even grander knowings or grander awarenesses of the universe and beyond. So I am so excited to be here with you. I have a couple of other, I think once a month, actually, for the rest of the year, I'll be offering cannabis meditation to the Balanced Veterans Network. So I hope that if this experience resonates with your being, with your body, that you would come back. And I would have the opportunity to guide you again, because guiding this practice is truly my greatest gift. And so I'm very, very humbled and honored to be here. So thank you so much to all of my friends. Thank you, Victoria, for all the logistics that you put into setting all of this up. And just to run, I am in awe of your heart and your service to the people that you serve. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So if anybody has any questions, you're welcome to pop them in the chat. If anything's coming up that you just want to have any clarity on. If you have headphones, I recommend headphones. If you have either like a cloth or an eye mask, something that you'd like to drape over your eyes when we lay down, you're welcome to do that. If that feels too much, then no worries about that. And if you have a blanket nearby, that might be helpful, just because sometimes once you calm the body and calm the heart rate, that you might feel a little chilly. So if you want to have a blanket close by. The one other thing I do want to say is that sometimes cannabis can activate us, right? Maybe it can trigger some of that fight, flight, or freeze response. It can activate the nervous system a little bit. And so at the end of the day, your most loyal and faithful companion is your breath. And so if at any moment you're feeling this experience is activating you a little bit too much, then all you have to do is take a couple of really deep and slow breaths, which we're going to start with that at the beginning of the practice before we consume. So at any point during the experience, if you're feeling a little too activated, just return back to your breath. Your breath is your most loyal companion. Your breath is sometimes the only thing that is real. And that sounds like some hippie shit to say. And I get that. I'm a little bit of a hippie person, so it makes sense that I would say that. But when everything around you is chaos, when your head is in chaos, when you're in the midst of a panic attack, or you're in the midst of whatever, if you can just close your eyes and remember that the breath is the only thing that is real, and you return back to that loyal companion, you will ground, you will find your center, you will find clarity, which then when you open your eyes and you are still in the midst of chaos, perhaps, but now we have a more grounded approach to whatever it is that we're doing. So same thing is true here in this practice, is if at any point you're feeling overwhelmed, just come back to the breath. I will be here guiding meditation with you. So if at any point you come up and you want to have your camera on, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I can see you, I can feel you, and I'll just hold space right here with you. So I think if we're ready, if there isn't anything else, everyone's good. Okay. So one thing I just want to say quickly before we jump in is that I always recommend coming to this practice with an intention. Now, an intention is something that we allow our mind to focus on during the experience. So if you find yourself, your thoughts are running away from you, you continue to return to your intention. So maybe your intention is you just want to be open and try something new. Maybe your intention is you're wanting to let go of something or release a pattern of being that you've held for a long time. Maybe your intention is that you want to call in something into your life, into your reality, into your experience. Maybe an intention is in alignment to anything else that you're doing on your journey of growth and evolution. And so whatever your intention is, the way that I like to work with it in this practice is that I literally will hold my cannabis, however I'm choosing to consume it. If you're smoking a joint or a pipe or whatever, I'll just hold it in my hand. And then as I'll hold space for us to set an intention, I imagine it in my mind. And then I just literally, again, I'm going to say some weird hippie things, so just bear with me, but I'm literally going to talk to the cannabis. I'm really going to tell this plant, this is why I'm sitting with you today in this fashion, right? It's one thing that we're smoking a joint on the couch with our friends. That's all great and fun. So then having an intention separates this particular practice for something that we're here to do some work, or we're here to do some healing, or we're here to do some expanding, we're here to do some evolving. So I'll come to this cannabis and I'll hold it in my hands and I'll share my intention with the plant. The plant has intelligence, it has its own intelligence. And so I'll share my intention with that before I introduce that cannabis into my body. And so I'm gonna invite us to do that today before we consume together. And then we will consume, and then we'll just see how we feel. And then we're going till 6. Is that right? Do I have until 6, or is my cutoff at 5:30? If one of my beautiful.
You have till 7:30 our time. So that's, or I'm sorry, 8:30 our time.
Okay, perfect.
Another about like 55 minutes or so.
Okay, perfect. So 8:34. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So that's a perfect amount of time. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust my music here. So bear with me. All right.
And you could probably go a little bit louder on the music if you want.
A little louder on the music. Okay. It's going to get a little bit louder once it gets going here. So if at any point, Ron, if you want to just like do one of these numbers, then I'll keep my eyes open. Okay, so before we begin, I just love for you to come to a seated position that feels comfortable for you. So if you want to sit on the ground, if you want to lean against the wall or the bed or anything that you have to support your body, if you want to tuck something up underneath your knees so that your hips aren't splayed open uncomfortably, but let's find a seated posture that feels really good for you. And then reach behind you and grab your flesh away from the sit bones, so like the junk in your trunk, move that out of the way so that you're really grounding on your sit bones onto the earth. Beautiful. Maybe rolling your shoulders back and lengthening up your spine. And if it feels good for you to start by closing your eyes. And we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here. Nothing crazy. We just received a lot of information into the mind. The minds are active. So we just want to use our breath to ground a little bit. This is one of my favorite songs, so you can just really listen into the music. just taking a few moments as you're breathing and remembering the day that you've had. Maybe you haven't had a chance to sit still and to breathe. Sometimes the chaos of our day can take us away from our best friend, our breath. So as we just take a few intentional moments to connect back to our breath, this is connecting and communicating to our body that you're safe. You're safe. Your body is safe. When we breathe slowly and with intention, that turns off our fight, flight, or freeze response. It turns off our need to defend ourselves, our reactionary response. And so using a breath that is slow and calm, the very nature of that breath is going to calm your mind. It's going to calm your belly. It's going to calm the chest. And so as you breathe, just imagine your lungs expanding front to back, side to side, top to bottom, really taking in as much air as you possibly can. And then exhaling as you're just letting it all go. Filling up again, breathing in, allowing the belly to soften, the lungs expanding front to back, side to side, top to bottom, filling even the upper back as you inhale, taking in as much air as you possibly can before then slowly, slowly exhaling. Doing that again, inhale, drinking in the air around you. This miracle that your body can take oxygen and transform it into carbon dioxide that cleanse the blood. And exhale. Most of us breathe with only 10% of our lungs. Your brain requires so much more oxygen. So breathing in this way saturates the blood with fresh oxygen, which fuels the mind. Inhaling, fill it up, take in as much as you can. And exhale, letting it all go. Just for at least the next hour, you have nothing to do. There's nothing to accomplish. There's no goals, lists, or tasks. Inhaling fully. At least for the next hour, the only thing that matters is your breath. The only thing that matters is your felt sense of safety in your body. And exhaling slowly, letting it all go. Inhaling, drawing in air. And exhaling, letting it all go, allowing the body to soften and relax, allowing the eyelids to start growing heavy. Inhaling completely, fill the chest, fill the belly, fill the back. Take in as much air as you can, as if you've never known you could breathe. And let it go. If it feels good to sigh or make noise or open your mouth, whatever the body needs, just beginning to sink deeper into that breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, breathe out. Keep breathing in this way. Inhale. Fill the chest, fill the lungs. Notice any resistance maybe that's coming up. And exhaling as you're letting it go. Keep breathing. Inhale. Notice the mind's desire to judge or label. Are we done yet? Can we move on? And just be present still with all of the resistance as you breathe in. And then softening and surrendering more as you breathe out. Breathing in, feeling the breath moving down the nose and the throat into the lungs, expanding the chest. Listening to the music and the sounds of my voice, the air on your skin. Exhaling, letting it go. Just a few more rounds like this. Keep breathing with me. Stay with me. Inhaling. And exhaling, letting it go. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Maybe noticing any pleasure sensations in the belly as you tap into some of this benefits of breath work. Inhaling, fill the chest, fill the belly, fill the lungs like balloons. And exhaling, letting it go, letting your resistance go. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, letting it go. Beautiful. Just a few more rounds. Stay with me here. Focus on your breath. Make these last few breaths the most beautiful breaths you've ever taken. Inhale, like a work of art, like Picasso painting, like Mozart playing music. Your breath is art. Breathe in, fill your body with air, with light. And exhaling, letting it all go. A few more. Inhale. Make your breath a work of art. And exhaling, letting it go. Just 3 more rounds of breath. Just 3 more. Make them the best ones yet. Commit to these last 3 breaths. Inhale, fill the chest. Fill the belly. Fill the back. Feel your being expand. Take up more space. Breathe in light and love. And exhale, letting anything that is holding you back, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Any blocks you've built around your heart, any defenses that you've created. 2 more breaths. Inhale, make them really good. Like a dancer, like a creative, like an artist. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one. Putting all of your life, energy, and attention behind this breath. Inhaling, fill your chest, fill your belly, fill your chest, your lungs, your back, your shoulders, everything expanding. Take in a little bit more air, a little bit more, and letting it go. Beautiful. Allowing your breath to just return to a natural rhythm, keeping the eyes closed, keeping your attention internally. Just feeling any sensations that are in your body. Noticing how different perhaps you feel from when we started. And just taking inventory of what your body feels like before we consume cannabis. What does your container feel like? When you're ready, you can hold on to your cannabis or the method that you choose to consume with, and just set your intention. Set your intention for today's practice. Maybe it's just to be open. Maybe you just want to experience something new. Whatever that is, can you imagine, even if it feels silly, can you imagine communicating that to the cannabis that you're about to consume? And when you're ready, you can consume. So as you are consuming your cannabis, just stay as present with your breath as you did when we were just doing our breath work. Allowing each breath of cannabis to fill your chest, to fill your belly, to fill your upper back. And then every exhale, just giving yourself more permission to just be as you are. There's nothing to change, there's nothing to fix. As you invite this plant ally, she's a friend, a tool. As you invite cannabis into your body, just greet her, welcome her. As you breathe in this cannabis, just be very, very present with what you feel. See if you can notice the exact moment that the cannabis starts to take an effect, that the endocannabinoid system comes online. That the new sensations, what does it feel like in your body to be high? The first onset of euphoria, of bliss. The eyelids grow heavy, the shoulders soften and relax. Just watch your body respond to the cannabis. What does it feel like in your body to be high? The onset will come much like a wave. It will increase in intensity. So can you just be present? Noticing any tingles or sensations in your low belly. Maybe noticing some sensation in the throat or in the chest from the heat of the smoke. Perhaps there's some tingles or movement along the jaw or the cheeks, front of the neck. Can you greet the cannabis inside your body and welcome it? Your body is very, very wise. It has much to share. Taking a couple of deep breaths here and just noticing what you feel. There's energy moving now in your body. Maybe you can feel it in your belly. Bring your awareness to the feet and to your legs, the points of contact between your body and the ground that you sit on. Feel the way that the gravity holds you or anchors you to this planet. Mother Earth, she comforts you through her gravity. What does it feel like to be high? When you're ready, I'd like to invite you to get more comfortable. So if you haven't done so already, please, can you find a reclined position? As you come to lay down, just take up a little bit more space than you're used to. Spreading your arms and legs wider than you normally or habitually would. Legs extended out, toes falling naturally away from each other as the thigh bones are heavy in your pelvis. Spread your legs apart a little bit more than you normally would so that your inner thighs are not touching. There's space between your legs. Rolling the shoulders down and away from the ears, lengthening the back of the neck and reaching the arms out wide to either side or at like 45-degree angle from your body. Hands and palms facing up, fingers soft and open, ready to receive. Lengthening up the back of the neck. And then tip the chin back just slightly. Not bending the neck in either direction, so the spine is elongated and the chin is tipped just slightly back. Forehead pointing up. I'd like to help you feel safe in your body, knowing that sometimes cannabis can intensify your experience. Can you just breathe and allow me to hold you? You are safe. As you pay attention to the back of your body, think about every point that touches the earth right now. The back of the head, shoulders and down the arms, the back of the hands. Notice the arch of the low back, the hips, thighs, calves, and the back of your ankles. Feel your connection point to the earth. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All we're here to do is feel and breathe. I got you. As you feel the body laying on the ground, on the surface that you are on, can you imagine that it's the earth? Can you imagine that it's warm green grass? There's a soft breeze blowing over your body, the sun beating down gently on your skin, kissing your cheeks. The earth holds you to her surface with her gravity. This is the mother, anchored. Much like a weighted blanket, this gravity lays over top of your being and anchors you to the loving mother. Take a couple of deep breaths here and just notice what you feel. Notice the sensations, notice the energy. It's just energy. It's electricity. It moves through every cell of your body. Like the energy moves through a wire that powers your house. Energy feels like tingles, glitter, or light. It flickers, or it moves or rolls, glitters. It always changes. The energy always moves. Can you allow it to be there? Just allow. You're safe. Relax. Can you relax your forehead and your eyebrows? Relax your eyelids and your eyeballs, the area around your eyes. Can you relax the cheeks, the cheekbones? Relax the jaws, the lips, and the tongue. Relax the neck and the throat. Maybe swallow a few times. Take a deep breath. Relax the collarbones and the shoulders. Relax the shoulder blades and the upper back. Relax the biceps, the elbows. Relax the forearms and the wrists. Relax your hands and your fingers. Can you feel energy in your hands? Can you feel energy swirling around the palms like hurricanes dancing up and down the fingers? Feel energy, it's just energy. Can you take a moment and just acknowledge what you feel? Can you acknowledge what you are afraid to feel? You are safe. You are the creator of your safety. Your inner home is your safe space. Relax. Relax your chest and your heart. Take a deep breath in. Tell your body that it's safe. You are sovereign over this sacred land, your body. Declare your safety. I am safe. I am safe. Can you relax the upper belly? Relax the mid belly. Relax the low belly. See if you can relax the muscles deep in the low belly and the pelvic bowl, inside the pelvis structure. Relax. Relax. Relax the sexual organs and the inner thighs, and just notice the tension that you hold here. Take a deep breath down into the belly and then let it go. Let your tension go. You're safe. You're safe. You're so safe. Relax the glutes, the hamstrings, and the thighs. Relax the knees, the calves, the shins. Relax the ankles and the feet. Relax your body, relax, relax. And just notice what you feel. Do you feel energy? Do you feel emotions? Sensations rolling in the belly, pressure in the chest, jolts of lightning moving down the arms. There's perhaps a warmth, a warm glow in the chest. It's pleasurable. Just feel the inside of your body. Your body is alive. Every cell, its own tiny kingdom. This is your kingdom. Your body is your sacred land. I create safety. I create safety. The energy that you feel, just allow it to move. Pleasant or unpleasant, subtle or intense, just hold space. Reminding yourself that you are safe, safe to feel. Reminding yourself that it's just energy. This is the energy of love. You are so loved. The energy of love, it moves through your body. It goes everywhere. It is you and you are it. This energy is more intimate than your breath. The body is made to feel. As you tune into the vibration of this music, can you allow every cell in your body to listen to the sound? Can you sink into the vibration of music? Allow the vibration to change the energy in your body, to change you. Allow yourself to be held in safety. I see you, my friend. I love you. Receive the nourishment of this plant, of this practice, and of love. The energy of love is in your body. It is you and you are it. There's no difference. Your body is a container for energy, a channel of energy. And there is an abundance, infinite, eternal love available to you. This is how you can find it. Allow yourself to grieve if you need to grieve. Allow yourself to open, to feel safe. Allow yourself to exist. Give yourself permission. Forgive yourself of what you need to and be free. Don't you see how beautiful and important you are? Be loved.
You taught me the courage of stars before you left. How light carries on endlessly, even after death. With shortness of breath, you explain the infinite. How rare and beautiful it is to even exist. I couldn't help but ask you to say it all again. I tried to write it down, but I could never find the pen. I'd give anything to hear you say it one more time. That the universe was made just to be seen by my eye. And I couldn't help but ask you to say it all again. I tried to write it down, but I could never find the pen. I'd give anything to hear you say it one more time. That the universe was made just to be seen by my eyes. The shortness of breath, I'll explain the infinite. How rare and beautiful it truly is that we exist.
feel. Rolling over onto one side if that feels nice. And bringing your knees up into your chest and your chin down towards your chest, creating a tiny little ball. Noticing how good it feels in the body to change positions, the energy shifting, now moving down the back as gravity adjusts the pressure points, releasing from the shoulders and the sacrum. Feel the pleasure of that. In this posture, can you just be nourished by the earth? Imagine the earth beneath you, just holding you, cradling you. Sending her gravity energy up into your being from below, replenishing you, grounding you, strengthening you. Can you say thank you to the body? And if it feels appropriate for you, can you acknowledge perhaps you've learned something new about your body in this experience? Can you perhaps change your relationship to this sacred ground? If and when it feels good, moving at your own pace, you can begin to make your way back to a seated position to the screen, but keeping your eyes closed for a few more minutes. As you come to sit up, just notice the way the cannabis energy feels now. Just notice the high. How high are you, would you say, based on what you feel in your body? Does the energy feel softer now? Does your body feel more open or relaxed? Just noticing any difference than when we started, and not judging or labeling good or bad. But perhaps is there an openness that is new? We don't strive for good or better. We just remember to open. Just remember to open. Keep opening. Open to love. Open to community. Open to people that want to help you. If you have a way or something you'd like to close, there's an intention that you'd like to use to cap off this experience, it is absolutely my deepest honor to hold this space for you, my beautiful friends. I'm so grateful. As you return back, it's normal to not have words. It's normal to have 1,000 words. It's normal to have words that make no sense, and it's any of the above is natural. Sometimes cannabis meditations require what we call integration, which just means giving it some time to sink into your body without judging, to being open to the experience, no matter what it was. Integration is believing in yourself, in what you experienced. And it's learning how to trust just a little bit more. If at any point over the next days or weeks, there's anything that comes up where you have questions or you need help, please, please, please reach out to Ron, to Victoria, anybody at Balance Veterans, to me directly on Instagram or email. Give yourself time and space to open. Thank you so much for your presence, for your trust.